Hi, welcome to this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get qualified leads even while you sleep, and how we're able to generate upwards of 16 form field leads from this simple one-page website that we built with just less than $100. And I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process of how to get this done for whatever local business it is you're running currently. So here's what most local business owners get wrong about their websites. They think adding more pages is the answer, more location pages, more service pages, all living on one domain. Sounds smart, right? Wrong. That's usually costing you leads right now. So let me show you what actually works on spoiler alert. So basically, when you search for your specific service on Google, so let's say someone searched for Gota installer around the zip code here, which is McKinney. So the first thing that pops up is the sponsored ads section. These are businesses paying Google to get featured right here. You can see a very major competitor here is NG. They're also paying Google to get featured in this specific section. So three websites are featuring here on Google. Then there's another one here, 4. So this is the organic section. This is the one Google deemed worthy of being ranked organically based on several rankings that they have within the area. And this is the local search. This is the third section. This is the local SEO results, where your website residing. This is where whosoever has done his or her website optimization properly will get ranked here for some reason on Google. And this is our website right here. This is the website right here, gothersmckinneytexas.com. gothersmckinneytexas.com is ranking on the first page of Google, position number 2 for this specific keyword. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're able to do that. And we're able to eventually stop paying for ads over time, and why Google tends to rank this specific website above every other website. There's something I want you to notice in the search bar here. When I hover over the link, you will see a link here at this bottom left, where my mouse is right here now. This link is specifically saying yelp.com/search/. So it's an inner page. It's not even the main home page. But if you look at us, the main home page is the one targeting gutter installation, repair, and cleaning. If you look at this one too, they have an inner page, mrandyman.com//Midwest Collin County about us gutter repair. There's this one, little m.brothersgutters.com/textiles/McKinney/gutter service repair. So you can see exactly all of these inner pages and why we are able to outrank them entirely, because we are using the main home page and the exact match domain name to rank on Google. I'm going to dive more into that. So most local businesses make this same mistake. They build one website, they try to add pages for Allen, like we see with the case of Mr. Andyman Brothers that just do gutters. They try to rank multiple pages on one website. So while it's good, because you can see it's also ranking here on Google, but for some reason our website that's targeting the home page itself ranks way better than them. So all those cities, one domain, gothersmckinney.com/Allen/Prosper. They think Google will rank all of those inner pages and send them leads everywhere. Google will definitely rank these pages, but not as much as they would rank the main home page itself, targeting that specific service that you're offering. So here's what happens. Google looks at your home page. That's where you get your real ranking power. Your inner pages, they're fighting an uphill battle. If you're building backlinks to inner pages, you're spreading your authority thin. You're diluting the whole SEO plan. And for some reason, Google frowns at you sending links to the inner pages of the website. We can see this right here. Let me open up SEMrush. So SEMrush is basically a tool that lets you understand exactly what backlinks have been used for a website. You can see there's literally no backlinks pointing on this website. And if you look at ours right here, you'll see that you can see that there are over 141 links in total and 70 unique links following, and these are the very best links that we have for this website itself. So it's pointing on the home page. So it's kind of sending Google a signal that this website is hyper relevant compared to the previous one we searched not so long. So that's one of the things that Google helps in ranking a home page. And you cannot do this with an inner page. You cannot build uh, an army of over 140 links to the inner page. Google will definitely penalize that website because it doesn't look natural in their eyes. So think about it. If you're a plumber in Bikini and you add for 7 different cities on the main site, Google has to decide which city you actually serve. You become average in all of them instead of a clear winner in Bikini. The right approach is different. You don't add pages, you add domains. So let me walk you through exactly how to get this done. So this specific Gutter website, how we're able to get this rank, I'm going to tell you some of the properties you need to excuse me include on this page that will make Google love it and therefore show it on the top search result for the specific service that people are looking for. The first thing, like I said, is we get an exact match domain. So exact match domain simply means you including the main keyword that you are trying to offer, so or the main service you're trying to offer. So in this case here, you could put a modifier like so. If your name is Joe, if you own a Joe Gutter company, you could say Joe Gutter Fairview. Fairview meaning the location. So you could put this as McKinney in our case, McKinney.com. So long you have the service you are rendering and the city in which you're rendering it in the Google, in the domain name, you are just fine. Google is just going to love this specific domain and you will get away with so many things. So basically, that's the first thing we did. We built out this one with the exact match domain, and it costs you, if you're the first time user, just $12 a year, and ongoing maybe $15 to $16 a year, including tax. So that's the first thing we did. The second thing we did was also include the services we render plus the location in which we render the services in the title tag. Hence, this is what you're seeing right here. Gutter installation repair McKinney is because we included it in the title tag. That's why it's appearing like that. The third thing we did is the headline, the first headline that appears on your home page, which is the H1 tag. You also want to include as many of the services, or preferably the very core service you render if it is gutter installation. And that is what and that is what you want most of your leads to come in for, or that's what gives you the most money for your business. That's what you want to include here, and include your city alongside. Then the very first paragraph immediately after, the very first paragraph immediately after the headline is where you also want to include the main keyword and the city in which you target naturally in there. So you don't want to force it, you want to make it sound natural. The next thing we did was include a service section. This simply refers to all of the services we render: gutter installation, repair, cleaning, downspout installation and repair, gutter guards installation. So this is where you want to talk briefly about each of these services and get Google to understand what it is you're rendering within your area. And the other section we looked at is why they should choose us. So in this section, you want to include all of your expertise, your recognitions you've gotten, the awards you've gotten, if you've been mentioned in a local newspaper, if you partnered with any organizations, if you've worked with a known brand, if you have licensed, if you're licensed, if you're insured, this is the section you want to include all of that. The second to last thing we did was the frequently asked questions. We simply answered frequently asked questions people are hyper searching on Google. Google tells you exactly what people are looking for within your service area. So take this for example, we simply type gutter installer that is close to this specific zip code. And we are seeing the people also as section here, how much is the average cost to install gutters? But you want to make this particular question laser focused to the city in which you're serving. So you want it like, how much is the average cost to install gutters in McKinney? How much does it cost to put up new guttering in McKinney? What is the average labor cost to install gutter guards in McKinney? How much does Lois charge to install gutters in McKinney? So these are basic questions you want to have answered on your page, and tends of strengthening the authority overall of your website. Excuse me. The last thing we did was also include zip codes within the website, such that when someone searches for a specific zip code, our website pops up. I simply did a search prior before now. I could do another one now, and let's see. You can see we are ranking for this specific query too. Gutter installer, could say gutter company. Gutter company, this thing, you see we're also ranking gutter contractor because we just included that specific zip code on the page. You could also include landmarks within the area. So let me say, uh, let me, let me look at this map section and see. Let's say I'm looking for Brooklyn. Town contractor near Brooklyn, McKinney. So let's see what's going to pop up. You can see our website is also popping up again. So like if people are typing all of these search queries, so let's say Woodford or Maryville Creek Park. Okay, let's say near Maryville Creek, Maryville Creek Park, McKinney. Maryville Creek Park. So for some reason we are not appearing. Okay, whoa, I never imagined. So you can see we are appearing right here. So I'll definitely tell you if there is Mary Park in the specific websites that like if we mention Mary Park anywhere in our website here, definitely will rank almost number one for that specific keyword. So that's something you also want to understand. And basically that's all we did with this website. So if you have a Google business profile, other things you could improve on this website. If you have a Google business profile, you want to have the map embed right here. You want to make sure your phone number is consistent. You want to make sure your address is consistent. But in our case, we didn't have a Google business profile, so we just did very basic optimization right here. And all of the leads we got from here, 16 leads in total, were all form fills. So so a lot of homeowners actually filled out this form because we don't have an active phone number that works on this website. So they simply fill out the form in order for them to be able to get to us. And basically that's how we're able to generate this number of leads. So I'll run through exactly what we did again. We got an exact match domain having the core service we render plus the city. We didn't try to have anything fancy. We built a one-page website, not a 100-page, one page. Sounds small, but it works, like as you can see. Then we made the title of the tag. We also included the title of the page and included all of these service keywords in it. So basically that's all we did. Then we went ahead and listed all of the services that we render in the area. Then the section that talks about why they should hire us, the testimonial section, the frequently asked section, we wrote 20 questions that McKinney owners actually ask about gutters. Last section, every zip code in McKinney. Why? Because we're telling Google and your customers, we all serve McKinney, not part of it. That's it, the whole page. Now here's what it costs to build this and actually rank it. Domain is $15. We bought the domain. $15 like I showed you here on Namecheap. $15. That's what we bought. And in your case, you would need an hosting, maybe $2 a month. That's $24 a year. Citations. So another thing that helped us rank this page is citations. I showed you the number of links pointing to this website. All of these are local citations that are pointing to this website. And we employed the services of Mohammed Waheed. He built out 400 plus citations for us that we got listed, our website listed on. So it's something you also want to have. It basically signals Google that you're relevant, and for some reason Google just tends to trust this website because the authority website, and they kind of link back to your site and gives you that signal boost. So these are basically foundational links. And that's all we did. We spent $75 in citations and the domain name, and we got 16 leads in an entire year, something that would have cost upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 to acquire the same amount of leads, and we did it for less than $100. And this same system is what you can also do for your business. Another thing we could have done a step further was also issue out a press release in order for us to get even more links onto our website and get Google to trust us even more. I recommend going with this premium plan, $70. gives us 450 guaranteed placement, but whichever one of this one, it works. But with this one, you get Fox Media Outlet, NBC Media Outlet, CBS Media Outlet, and all of the stuff. So you get all of this. So basically, that's all we could have done. Then, if you want to take this a step further, because those are basic, mere foundational links. These are links Google trusts, naturally, that every businesses should have. You could also build local guest posts and local niche edits. My mentor here, Jackie Chow, offers this link from anywhere between $74 to $90 a pop. You could do 2 in a month or 1 in a month. All of them pointing to your own page of your website. Over a period of a year, you'd have built anywhere between 12 to 24 links. And that's gold because your competitors are not doing this. So since you're actively doing this, you're definitely going to rank position number 1 for almost all of the keywords that are targeted within your specific area. Another thing we could have done on this website is also include a separate individual page, like dedicated page for gutter installation, dedicated page for gutter replacement, dedicated page for gutter repair, dedicated page for gutter cleaning, downspout, and gutter guards. So each of them have their own separate pages. Then we could have also have inner pages, like I specified, like inner pages do rank. Inner pages do rank, but not as much as your own page. So, but it's also good to have inner pages targeting multiple locations surrounding your area. So what you could do, you could look at McKinney or whatever service area it is that is close to you, that you think, okay, it's between 10 to 20 minutes drive away. And if you compare the price of the gas and the time it will take for you to drive to a client's house and back, it's still going to give you a very good return on investment. Then you also want to include all of those location in the area in which you serve, and it could also get a ranking here on Google. But the best bet for you to do is have a multiple site strategy. So like I said, we launched this website in November of 2024, and the first lead came in January. That's 3 months apart. Then average at least 1 to 3 leads every single month. That's 16 leads in total. Would have even doubled the amount of leads to 30 to even 50 leads if we had an active phone number beside, but we didn't, so we left money on the table. So the microsite strategy I was talking about is instead of having a location page for Allen like this, so you can still have this on the Gutter McKinney website, but you can also have a separate individual domain, each of them targeting the specific service on the home page and having all of these multiple links pointing to them. So you could also have in Gutters Island, you could have location like this, you could have location, let me copy this, you could have location McKinney, like so. So you could have this on the Allen website, you could also have this on the Prosper website, you could have this on the Princeton, have this on the Melissa, you could have this on the Lookout, you could have this on the Laurel Crossing. So basically, you understand it. So each of them, you could have each of your separate location pages for each of them, and you create this kind of spiral web of you having to beat your other competitors because you have 6 to 7, 8 websites all targeting multiple locations, including your very main website. So each of them is a full-blown website of between anywhere between 50 to 100 page website targeting various keywords within your niche. So here's what happens. Each homepage ranks for that city, not on you are not on page 2 fighting with competitors, you're competing for the blue links. The organic search, like these links here below this map pack, this is where you are competing for. So you're ranking right there below the map pack. And 4 months after launch, each site could start bringing leads, maybe 1 to 2 leads at first. Then over the course of a year, spending very good amount of money, you definitely round that up to 5 to 6 leads in a month. And that's way more than enough for most businesses. So why this works, Google builds itself on an idea. Specific site ranks specific things. When you try to be everything to everyone else, you confuse Google. So when you're focused on one site, one city, Google gets it. Your homepage is your authority for making a gutter service, not page 8 buried on so down deep in the search. But your homepage works fine. That's why small businesses like ours beat Yelp, and that's why they beat big franchise like Brothers That Just Do Gutters. Very simple website. We built it under a year. This website have been in business for way longer than but we did build them. So this is the long-term value you should see. In the first year, you might say, okay, I don't have time for this. I don't know all this technical stuff. That's where we come in. We handle the stuff that actually makes you money. We update your Google business profile if you do have one, such that you are able to show up right here in the top three section when people search for your services and you get most of the calls. Google Business Profile gets most of the calls beyond even the website, right? These ones are just more like an addition to what you have with Google Business Profile, or if you're targeting multiple locations. So we handle all of this stuff. We respond to reviews like normal human being. We guide you through the method to set up a new Google Business Profile in a new location if you don't have one already. We set up automated review system. You're not chasing reviews. They come to you. Customers get asked automatically. Good reviews show on your website. You look legit. We set up a missed call text back function for you. We put a unique phone number on each site. Someone calls, but you're busy. They get a text. Appointment booking starts automatically. AI takes over the follow-up. And we add an AI chatbot to your website. Customers come into your website at midnight. Chatbot books the appointment. No human needed until they show up. You are generating leads even in your sleep. Google changes its algorithm every few months. We stay on top of it ethically. We are not trying to trick Google. We're helping your site stay visible for a very long time. So here is how we can help. You can do this by yourself. Do it your Y method, $224. I've walked you through everything, exactly what to get and what not to get. We'll guide you through every step, domain setup, content writing, citation submissions, everything. Or if you don't have 8 weeks for this, we'll do it. We build all of the 7 websites. We manage them forever. Updates, review, leads, everything. You'll get the calls. You just focus on growing your business and fulfilling the customer the best way you can. Either way, book a call with us this week, no charge. We'll look at your city. We'll show you exactly what the competition is doing wrong. We'll show you how many leads are sitting on page 2 right now waiting for you. You can keep paying for ads, spend $2,000 a month and hope for the best. Or you can spend $224 once and let Google send you leads for free over the next year. The choice is yours, but this is the time to decide now. These domains are still available. They won't be available forever. Book the call. Let's show you how this works for a specific market. And mind you, for the last one, if you're running ads, I'm not saying ads are bad. They are the bread and butter of your business. Keep them going. But you want to section a small amount of the profit to actually build a long sustainable system that generates leads from your autopilot. So even if you have to turn off the ads, you still get leads 100%. So if you find this video helpful, please like my channel, subscribe. And if you have questions, leave them in the comment section and I'm going to find time to respond to all of them. Thank you and see you in the next video.